All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the ultimate file system showdown. We're going to unpack the critical trade-offs and feature comparisons that really define modern virtualization storage. And we are focusing strictly on the revelations from Chapter 9 of our source material. So we're jumping straight into the head-to-head comparisons to see how these storage platforms actually stack up in the real world.
So, here's our agenda for this Chapter 9 deep dive. First, the ultimate file system showdown. Second, performance, where file systems excel. Third, comparing storage efficiency. Fourth, the silent data threat. And finally, file system integrity capabilities.
Section 1. The Ultimate File System Showdown.
I get asked this question all the time. Which file system truly wins? And honestly, there's no perfect file system. It's really just a complex series of trade-offs that depend entirely on what you value most in your own infrastructure. Your choice reflects your performance priorities, your budget, and the specific workloads you're running. What's absolutely fascinating here is how clearly the gaps are exposed between legacy architectures and modern hyperconverged solutions. I mean, think about traditional staples like NTFS, XFS, and VMFS. They completely lack native copy-on-write and inline deduplication. And they mostly lack native compression too, outside of some very limited capabilities. But then, on the flip side, you have modern architectures like ZFS, Nutanix, and VirtualizFS. These are practically overflowing with capabilities, supporting copy-on-write, advanced checksumming, inline deduplication, and instant global snapshots. Chapter 9 really frames this as the ultimate cheat sheet for understanding why the whole industry is shifting away from simple block storage toward these incredibly intelligent, feature-rich file systems.
Section 2. Performance, where file systems excel.
Because having a ton of features is great, right? But if your file system bottlenecks under load, it's pretty much useless. Different architectures excel at totally different tasks. For example, if you're writing massive VM disks, what we call sequential large I/O, XFS and ZFS lead the pack. XFS leverages parallel allocation groups and delayed allocation, making it an absolute beast for large writes. And ZFS with LZ4 compression, it's incredibly fast because compressing the data actually results in fewer physical disk writes. But what if you're running heavy database VMs, characterized by random small I/O? Well, the leaderboard completely flips. For that, you absolutely need ZFS's Arc RAM cache to absorb those random reads, or Nutanix's tiered NVMe architecture to handle that sub-millisecond latency. Honestly, even good old NTFS on local NVMe is highly competitive for Hyper-V in this specific random I/O scenario.
But performance isn't just about reading and writing data. It's about operations. The crucial point here is that modern file systems treat snapshots and clones as instant metadata operations. When you take a snapshot on ZFS or VirtualizFS, it takes literal milliseconds. It generates effectively zero I/O, whether your VM is 10 gigabytes or 10 terabytes. REFS does something really similar for Hyper-V through a brilliant feature called block cloning. Older systems, though, like VMF and NTFS, they're forced to physically copy data blocks or manage heavy differing disks. This drastically slows down large-scale template deployments and introduces some serious I/O overhead during the snapshot windows.
Section 3. Comparing storage efficiency.
Because let's be real, saving disk space directly translates to saving budget. Why buy 100 terabytes of raw storage if your file system can store it in 20? It's like climbing a staircase of efficiency. Starting from the baseline of raw NFS and XFS at 1.0x. REFS with block cloning nudges you up to 1.2x. Then you jump to ZFS with LZ4 compression, getting you up to twice the efficiency. Add ZFS deduplication, and you're hitting up to 4x. Then we reach the hyperconverged giants. Nutanix offers inline deduplication, compression, and erasure coding, yielding 2 to 5 times savings. And finally, sitting right at the top of the stairs, VirtualizFS utilizes global inline deduplication across the entire cluster. That can yield an astounding 3 to 8 times the storage savings. 8 times.
Now, before you go ripping out your storage arrays to chase that 8x multiplier, here is a word of caution directly from Chapter 9. You always need to validate vendor claims against your actual data. Deduplication works absolute wonders for a virtual desktop infrastructure where you might have, say, 1,000 identical Windows desktops. But if your environment consists of completely unique database records or pre-compressed video files, deduplication is going to do almost nothing for you. Efficiency is highly workload dependent.
Section 4. The silent data threat. We now turn to data integrity, and honestly, the terrifying reality of what happens when your storage hardware lies to you. This is known as silent data corruption, or bit rot. The file system might report a completely successful read, but due to a NANDware issue on an SSD, a bad sector, or even a random DRAM bit flip during a read or write operation, the data it hands back to your virtual machine is fundamentally corrupted. There's no error message, there is no warning bell. Your application just accepts the wrong data. And that is an absolute nightmare if you were storing financial records, healthcare data, or business-critical databases.
Now, enterprise storage arrays usually handle this at the SCSI layer with something called 10/diff protection and on-drive checksums. But here is the critical takeaway. If you're using direct attached commodity hardware rather than a multi-million-dollar enterprise SAN, your file system is literally the only thing standing between your business-critical data and a catastrophic silent failure.
Section 5. File System Integrity Capabilities.
So, who can you actually trust with your bits? ZFS stands completely alone as the gold standard here. It features true end-to-end checksumming on every single data and metadata block. If it detects a mismatch on a read, it silently and automatically heals it from a mirror. It's brilliant. In the middle tier, we have REFS, Nutanix, and VergeFS. These are definitely good. They offer metadata checksumming and self-healing copies, though often in a proprietary or less comprehensive way than ZFS. But down at the bottom, enterprise staples like VMFS, NTFS, and XFS are considered highly vulnerable in this context. They have absolutely no file system level checksumming for data, meaning they rely entirely on the underlying hardware array to catch those errors. As we wrap up this explainer and look back at all these Chapter 9 trade-offs, from the performance matrices to those massive storage multipliers, you really have to ask yourself a hard question. Does your current infrastructure actually guarantee the integrity of your data? Or are you just assuming the underlying disks are telling the truth? Think about that the next time you're designing a virtualization cluster.